We got one hole down there, two holes here. I'm on the third hole, and this is right next to the forest. So I was expecting this to be very forest-like soil, and half of it is relatively forest soil. Very dry though, even though it just rained recently, so not a lot of water is getting into the soil. And once I get down about 8 inches, this is actually so much harder than the field that I've been working on building a food forest out there. This is our backyard area. So I'm just spreading the plants basically that we're ordering, so that we have a variety around our landscape. And they're all edible. I'm putting a walnut here and a loquat there, and a native plum, native to North America, and then on the end a chestnut, because the deer like to come up in this area and we like to watch the deer, so we thought these would be good plants for them. But I get down about 8 inches, guys, and you can see the difference here. But I mean, if I jump on this, it doesn't go anywhere. And this is actually a lot better than it was at the very end. So that was more like a brick. Like when I hit it, it sounded just like a brick. At least this is giving way just a little bit. So let me pull it out. But yeah, you see how just dry and crumbly that is. It's actually not really dry. This has got some moisture to it. It's holding together. But like I said, this isn't anywhere near as hard as what I had down here. It was unbelievable. And it actually looked like brick as I was pulling it out, which kind of, it's mind-boggling, because this is supposed to be forest soil, but this is part of the property line, and this used to be a cattle farm, so it's a little bit different here. But yeah, this stuff, it was, well, that's the stuff that came on top, but it was straight compacted. Like the shovel was not going through it at all. It's rock hard. But down in the bottom, I punched through, and I got through to where it was nice and moist, and the shovel slid through. So that means that there's less compaction, lower PSI. So I would think, I don't have my compactometer, but I would think that would be probably around 100, maybe 75 PSI once I got through. But the stuff on top, oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the stuff that was on top, man. It is just rock hard, and I'm telling you, that had to be at least 600 PSI. I mean, it was some beefy stuff. So yeah, just filling you guys in on what's going on. I was really expecting this to be better soil. That's what I've been posting in our group, which is North Carolina Permaculture on Facebook. And you can get there by going to northcarolinapermaculture.com. The whole word spelled out, North Carolina and permaculture. But yeah, I was hoping this would be more aggregated because of the microbial life associated with the forest here and the roots. But even on the edge of the forest, it just can't take a tractor, man. The people who own this before us, and the people before them and people before them, they were tractor owners. So this whole property has just been heavily compacted. But I'm working with it, and I've got a lot of plants going. So hopefully the more roots I put in the ground, the more penetration points for moisture, and then over time the more that will spread out. So basically the more trees we plant, the faster it's going to regenerate and really come back to life. You guys can see all the onions. Like there's just alliums all over. I mean, everywhere. They're everywhere. So yeah, it's just wild onions. But yeah, so it's a bit of a trick. All the materials came for the house this past Monday, which was day before yesterday, and I've been focusing on digging holes because we ordered a bunch of trees, and getting compost ready for the compost course that I'm doing with the Soil Food Web, Elaine Ingham and her crew. So there's a lot going on here, guys, and I'm trying my hardest to keep up with the schedule and everything we had planned out. But I'm finding things like this where you hit hard clay, and it's just, man, it takes a lot longer to dig through. So working with what we got here and just kind of learning as I go. and building on with practical application of what I learned in the courses before we moved here, basically, is what we're doing now. But you guys can see that's Laurel B. That's a laurel oak, a champion oak. We're very proud of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful tree. But yeah, guys, so that's where we're at now. Hope you're having a great day. This is Tom, and this is Permaculture in Atkinson, North Carolina.